Yeah, no, I've definitely seen results. When I'm working out and, doing upper body, I see like my muscles popping out when I'm doing like push presses and all that kind of stuff. And I see my upper abs coming through now more so than I ever did in my entire life. It's gotten a little bit more lifted in the booty area, like a little bit. And I'm, looking at my form and everything like that. I see those upper abs popping out. So that's something I'm really proud of. My God, I feel like I used to be gassed, like walking up the stairs anywhere. And I had like no sense of like endurance. And now I feel like if I wanted to like do running or do something like super athletic outside, like I would be able to like keep up with somebody who's been, training for some kind of event. Like I felt like prior I had no stamina whatsoever. Now I feel like I'm not sluggish anymore. I felt like I used to be kind of sluggish, tired. I mean, we all have our tired days, but I think nowadays, I feel like, I'm always refreshed and recharged and I feel good every day. I feel good, mentally, I feel good physically. So I think that is definitely amazing. It's something haven't had probably in my whole life. Just to be more consistent, to be in working out, be more mindful of what I was eating to get the results that I wanted. I have always kind of wanted not like a, super like built body, but at least, look in the mirror and be like, yeah, I like the way I look, like toned and, maybe like a little bit thinner, kind of like lose that like, belly pudge. That kind of thing. But yeah, like lose a little weight, tone here, tone there, nothing, completely wild or crazy, no powerlifting, anything like that. It's definitely held me accountable to working out because, there are some days where you get up and you're just like, I do not feel like doing this today, but knowing you're like, okay, I have to do these workouts this week and then I'll move on to the next one next week. You're like, okay, I got to do this. I got to push through. I got to see this through, from the beginning all the way to the end. And what I really like about it is that, it's not like we're doing the same thing every week. It's, you have the phases, you have your body weight phase, you have your dumbbell phase, and then you have like a combination of both. And it's always something new and different and exciting and definitely challenging, but in a good way. And then when I found out about you from, people at the gym and, social media and stuff like that, I was like, oh, this is something different. It's not like your typical sit on the machine and kind of just like, push out like 3 sets of, 12 reps or whatever. It was more entertaining and more fun and more energetic, and it was something different. And I really liked that. And I'll admit I was intimidated at first, but I was like, you know what? I'll give it a shot. And then once we started working out in July, like I really like loved it. And then um just ever since then I've been hooked. God, I hated burpees prior to these workouts. And now whenever I hear somebody do burpee, I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it. Let's get this done. And I'm more excited when somebody's like, do a full burpee. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go all the way to the ground. And I could not do a push up to save my life. I still struggle with it a little bit and I still need to do, hand release and stuff or go on my knees if my shoulders are tired. But now I can comfortably say that I can do a push up properly. And I could, bang out a decent amount before I get tired. But where before I like maybe did like 5 and I was like, whew, I'm working up a sweat. You don't need to kill yourself for like hours at the gym every day to get like results that you want. If you work, you know, harder in less time, you could still get the results that you want. And I also learned more about eating about once I started like tracking my food, like, oh my God, like I was eating a ton of carbs that I shouldn't have been eating. And I'm like, wow, I need to eat a lot more protein to get more, definition and everything like that. So it's really opened my eyes to how much I was not eating, proper food groups. Getting protein in is still a struggle, but at least now I'm aware of it. And I'm like, okay, I need to do something for breakfast. I need to have, a snack, lunch, dinner. Like, should have a little bit with each meal. So I definitely learned about eating for my macros, for my height, my weight, my age, and how active I am. And then also just that I always dreaded, like, oh, I have to go to the gym for 2 hours if I want to see real results, which is not the case. No, I don't feel deprived in any way. I eat when I'm hungry. I feel like I sometimes don't eat all my calories just because I'm not hungry to eat them all. I feel like I eat a decent amount of them, but I feel like maybe I should eat more. Even if I eat less food, maybe those foods that I eat should be more calorie dense or more protein dense to meet my calorie goals for each day. But no, I don't feel deprived. I don't feel like I'm starving myself at all. Um, I feel good. I've thought about going to the gym and sitting on a machine and, doing the 3 sets of 12 or whatever it is. And then I think about it and I'm like, oh, like, I don't really feel like doing that. Like, how can I make this more fun? I'd rather do, 3 sets of some kind of compounded movement that incorporates my legs, my arms, and, kind of more complex movements. It's kind of made me think more creatively in how I work out to keep working out fun and more enjoyable. Definitely recommend the program to pretty much anybody, because it's definitely a unique way of working out. It's something that I feel like I've never seen before. And it may look intimidating at first, but once you get started, I feel like you're hooked on it and you really don't want to do anything else. And yeah,
Okay.
sign up.